promises to be the most thrilling race ever yet. The courses demanding and tough. An exhilarating experience for everyone. You'll need strength of epic proportions, beautiful and stunning surroundings as the perfect backdrop. This is the world's hottest mountain bike race. Langkawi has been home of the Langkawi International Mountain Bike Challenge, LIMBC, for the past 2 years. Top mountain bikers from all over the world heard through the MTB grapevine how challenging the stage races were and how the beautiful island was the perfect backdrop for the race. Situated on the northwestern shore of Malaysia, Langkawi is an archipelago of 104 islands. Once a haven for pirates, today it serves as a retreat for visitors near and far. Nestled against the backdrop of mountains are ancient lakes and forests, waterfalls and beaches, all of which enhance the wonder that is Langkawi. Blessed with balmy climate that promises warm temperatures throughout the year, the island beckons visitors seeking escape from day-to-day life. And the islanders took the visitors to heart when they were most welcoming when the riders took over the island. Dots of riders trading all over the island can be seen every day as they shared the roads and paths side by side with the almost 65,000 local population. And to show their support, the local population came out in full force for the LIMBC Tradewinds Jamboree on October 14th. Held a day before the stage race begins, more than 800 people from all walks of life took part in this fun-filled day. Honorary patron of LIMBC, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, flagged off the enthusiasts.
Number one, it is isolated a bit, a lot of free open space, and it is not flat, it is undulating, so it is very suitable for mountain biking. And we hope this will be recognized as one of the world events. It should be on the calendar of bicycle race internationally.
Speaking of cycling lanes and pathways, LIMBC this year introduces 5 stage races and a prologue that will take the riders all over the island. Beginning with the individual time trial at the iconic Eagle Square, each rider will go through a 2.4-kilometer circuit around Legenda Park before heading back to where they started. This will be followed by stage 1 the next day, a 65-kilometer round the island race starting and ending at Legenda Park. This course will give the riders an overview of what they'll face over the following days. Day 3 will be stage 2, where the race moves to the Geopark section. Starting from Legenda Park, it is a 45-kilometer race from east to west of Langkawi. Riders will face their first severe test when they hit Buffalo Park, where a 500-meter steep climb awaits them. Some riders may opt to walk up the steeper sections. Stage 3 the following day is a grueling 60-kilometer Langkawi marathon. The men will have to make 3 large laps, where the ladies will do 2. Even the most experienced riders are severely tested at this stage. For those who survive stage 3, the next stage will be slightly less demanding. Stage 4 is a 4.5-kilometer Olympic distance cross-country race around Langkawi Geopark. Taking them from the heart of Oriental Village, riders will go through steep climbs, tough single tracks, a gravel downhill section that will drop them back to the finish line to complete 1 lap. The men will have to complete 6 laps, while the ladies 5. And stage 5 will be a beachfront finale at the stunning Pantai Kok. A new addition this year, it is a short 1.6-kilometer circuit. Though a flat surface race, sand does not give much traction on the tires. The men will have to complete 8 laps within 30 minutes, while the ladies will do 6. Apart from the challenging stage races this year, LIMBC added another incentive with a total prize money of $125,000. Hoping to defend her title as overall women's winner last year, as well as gain some cash, is Natalie Schneider. Schneider from the all-woman team Prologue Südtirol. Joining Schneider this year is teammate Eva Lechner. Lechner, who finished 17th in the London Olympics this year, was also a 2-time European champion and among the top female riders. Leah Davison from Team Specialized is also making her debut in LIMBC this year. Davison also competed in London 2012, where she finished in 11th place. As for the men, hoping to defend his title is overall men's winner of last year, Carl Platt from Team Bulls. Platt, currently world number 10 in marathon ranking, is a 4-time winner of the notorious Cape Epic race in South Africa. No one has yet to beat that record. Other contenders eyeing the title and prize money is South African Barry Stander, who grabbed 5th spot in the Olympics this year. Mountain bike's marathon numero uno, Stefan Thum, will be making his debut in LIMBC. Thum is also the winner of the season-long MTB World Marathon Series. Another Olympian and also a first-timer is Todd Wells from Team Specialized. Wells is the current American champ in cross-country, short track and cyclo-cross. Todd is ranked world number 20. Fabian Geiger from Switzerland and riding for Team Rubberbank is another contender in this race. Geiger is the current Swiss and European champion for the under-23 cross-country mountain bike. An 11-time British champion and one of only 12 inducted in the Mountain Bike Hall of Fame is Nicholas Craig. Craig, who had a hand in designing this year's stage courses, will definitely be someone to watch for as he takes part in the men's masters category. While in the senior men's masters category, the one to look out for is John Ray Funk. Funk, a 56-year-old Canadian making his second appearance in LIMBC, flew straight to Langkawi after racing in the Himalayas. As in any competition, there can be only one winner. The island of Langkawi bears witness as the 3rd edition of LIMBC saw a rise of new champions. Natalie Schneider had to relinquish her title as defending champion when first time at the LIMBC American Leah Davison emerged as the overall winner in the Women's Open. Natalie, the 2010 gold medal winner at the World Championships in Chambéry, could not handle the world's hottest mountain bike race this year. But Davison was consistent in her racing throughout the 6 days and managed to cope with the rough terrain and extreme weather.
The courses and just the rain and the mud, it's just unforgiving and relentless. So you're out there in the mud, you're hiking your bike, you're going into these puddles, not knowing if they're up to your head or up to your ankles. So it's a real adventure out there. And you just have to be really aware the entire time and try to make it to each finish line.
While in the men's open, German champion and 4-time Cape Epic winner Carl Platt hand over the title of LIMBC champ to Swiss ace Fabian Geiger. Geiger made a dramatic comeback after clocking in the 8th best time during the prologue. After winning stage 1, he held on to the yellow jersey till the end of the race.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm just happy now, and I'm done. It was today not a hard stage, suffering half an hour full gas, but I reached my goal. I could stay in the leading group, and I took the overall. That was the main goal. And I'm really happy. It means a lot to me, yeah.
After the celebrations and rounds of congratulations, we sat Leah and Fabian down to relive the moments on their road to glory. We start with day 1, the prologue.
It's definitely the world's hottest race. It lives up to its name. Especially being the first hot day too, it's even more of a shock. But you know, yeah, it was definitely very, very hot. I'd raced against Ava and Natalie and Blaza against the shorter races, and we were all quite close. And so I was, you know, thinking, okay, I have a very good chance. I came into this race feeling really good, so I was like, okay, I have a good chance. And then it was close, as predicted. You know, we were all within probably 8 seconds of each other, so it was very exciting.
Leah clocked the second best time of the day, while Ava Lechner was the fastest on the day itself.
I'm very happy about the victory today. After the race, first won Natalie, but I had won the race and I'm very happy about that. The track was pretty nice. It was a little bit muddy about the rain in the last days, but for me it wasn't a problem, and so I enjoyed a lot.
While for Fabian, he didn't have such a good start in LIMBC as he would have wanted.
Maybe the prologue is just a really good warm-up for me normally, and I try to do my best. But the new before prologue is a bit too short for me and too technically. And even in the end I lost 15 seconds or something. And you know, on a stage race like that, it's not decided on a prologue.
Fabian clocked the 8th best time of the day, while Florian Vogel was the fastest man on the day itself.
And so I guess it will be really hard tomorrow. Today it was a really short stage, so it's not that important to be well adjusted for 5 minutes. But tomorrow I probably gonna suffer more than today. Yeah, it's nice. I didn't have such a good season this year. Olympics went not as I expected, and it's nice to get a win at the Prologue and get the leader jersey.
In the men's masters category, Marzio Dejo from Cicli Olympia clocked in the fastest time at 5 minutes 32.042 seconds, while Nicholas Craig from Team Scott UK came in second, and Anthony White from Team Cannondale Mountain Zoom Racing was third. Meanwhile, in the senior men's masters, John Ray Funk came in first, clocking in at 6 minutes 50.278 seconds, while Charles Stander from Team Concept Cyclery Specialized and Zamani Supatin from Team Latour came in second and third place respectively. When we come back, the real race starts in earnest. Leah and Fabian pushed hard to take on their respective leaders' jerseys. How did they do it? Stay with us to find out. Welcome back. Leah Davison and Fabian Geiger became the king and queen of LIMBC 2012 when they beat other contenders to win in their respective overall categories. This is a recap of their road to glory.
Stage 1 is an epic race. It has everything. It has climbs, you're out in the jungle, there's mud, it's a long, long race, so it definitely is a good test.
As Leah says, day 2 of LIMBC 2012 was of epic proportions. Starting and ending at the Gender Park, stage 1 gave riders a sneak preview of what they will face over the next few days.
We were also a little bit nervous, also my teammate Emil and me, we were discussing a lot. What can we expect from this stage? Also, is it muddy? Is it hard? Is it walking? How are the other guys doing?
Though on paper the course profile does not look too difficult, do not be deceived. The technical single tracks plus plowing through rubber plantations, paddy fields and a final beach section, this stage is definitely tough. And you must take into account the weather, where heat and humidity may well be the #1 factor in taking the riders down.
My goal before coming here, I thought maybe I can win a stage, and maybe wearing the leader jersey one day or finish on the podium in general. And then I already had the leader jersey. That was on the stage win also. Was already good. I was happy with that.
Fabian wore the yellow jersey proudly while Christian Heineck took second place and Karl Platt third. This is Fabian's first of only 2 podium finishes in LIMBC.
Yeah, for sure, I'm very happy with that. I won the stage, it was a very tough one, and I felt good the whole race. And I'm also very happy to have this nice jersey on, the yellow jersey. It's nice to have it, and we will see what happens the next days. Maybe I can keep it, or we will see, but Saturday counts, and it'll be a hard way.
Leia wore the pink jersey for the first time that day, while Napoli was second and Janka third. This is also Leia's first of only 2 podium finishes at LIMBC 2012.
It was really muddy, really hot out there, to be expected. It was pretty interesting. The group of girls, it was always 6 of us, 5 of us, and then in the last 10 kilometers, there was 4 of us. And it was really tactical. So the Conago girls were just attacking me. I was trying to keep up, follow their wheels, but it feels great to get the win.
In the midst of racing through muddy trails, avoiding tree roots and negotiating tricky single tracks, Leia and the women's leading pack went through a funny moment.
Ava Lechner was leading, and we go into a puddle, which we thought was probably 2 centimeters deep, and it ended up being up to her shoulders. So she goes over the handlebars, completely submerged, stands up, is just brown in mud. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in a race. Oh, I was glad I wasn't leading.
And here are the top 10 men in overall rankings. Now here are the top 10 women in the general classification. In the men's masters category, Marcelo Dejo retained his green jersey, while John Ray Funk retained his blue jersey in the senior men's masters. The riders weren't the only ones making preparations before the race. Race marshals, emergency services, the police, race officials, and others were frantically working around the clock to make sure that all is in order. From making sure each stage is secure and safe, to keeping their bikes in perfect working conditions, setting up feed stations, to ensuring there's ample medical supplies, and being ready to face other emergencies, Langkawi was definitely ready to host LIMBC 2012. Still to come, the road to number 1 is never easy. Thanks for staying with us. Before going to break, we showed you how Leia Davison and Fabian Geiger emerged as race leaders in Stage 1 of LIMBC 2012. Before that, both didn't have a good start at the Prologue when they clocked the 2nd and the 8th best times, respectively. Now on with the race.
Stage 2 was again a super stage for me. It was a little bit harder than the first stage maybe because of a long climb. But for me, I like climbing, so it fitted me better the second stage. Yeah, I was going really well again, good legs again, and I could go away in the uphill. And finishing first again, a win with the yellow jersey, that was perfect. And Karl in second, and every teammate Emil in third. That was really great. And I could also make some more time on Christian Hinek.
At this point, Fabian has a 2-minute and 5-second lead ahead of Carl Platt from Team Bulls.
Today was a really good day. We pushed it hard from the beginning, and I'm also happy to be on the podium with Emil. That's always nice. First and third, that's great. Can't be any better. And I was riding with the yellow jersey, and to win in the yellow jersey, that's great.
Stage 2 is a 45-kilometer east-to-west race where it will start at Legenda Park and finish at Oriental Village. This stage will see a combination of tarmac routes, long steep climbs, and more technical single tracks. At one point, when the riders hit Buffalo Park, they will face a 500-meter climb, which would severely test their climbing skills.
Stage 2 is that was my favorite stage of this race. I was very motivated going into stage 2. I knew I had won, but just with a little margin in stage 1, so I wanted a little bit more time. So I just decided to go for it. And I went practically from the gun, and I said, all right, is anyone gonna follow me? I went very hard up the first climb, and no one followed, and I just kept it going for the entire day.
Leia won stage 2 to hold on to the pink jersey, while Elizabeth Svem took second place with Janka Stevkova in third.
I feel a little bit tired and muddy right now, but yeah, it was real mountain biking out there. It was a real test of the bike and the body, and I'm psyched that I felt good. So yeah, I'm honored to win again because it's definitely a talented field. Well, a snake went in front of me on the descent and I screamed. And then I got a leech on my neck and I was like, ugh. So yeah, it's not just the trail out there. There's a lot of other things. I have a little bit of a lead, so I'll probably just try to stay with the girls and then see how I feel.
Strategy being the key word, Leia was happy everything worked out for her.
That was one of the most exciting races of the season, I would say, because I was very aggressive, and it's really fun when you're aggressive and it works out and you get the win. So I was completely happy.
Now here are the top 10 women in the general classification. And here is the list of the top 10 men who finished stage 2 today. In the midst of pro riders from all over the world, an unknown young Australian has been quietly taking part in the 2012 LIMBC.
I was backpacking through Malaysia, and a friend emailed me, oh, there's a good mountain bike race in Langkawi, you should enter, it'll be a good time. I was like, yeah, sure. So I decided to enter. So I rode my bike from Hat Yai, Thailand to Kuala Perlis with my heavy backpack. That was miserable, absolutely miserable. Don't recommend it to anyone. All on my back. Good warm-up preparation for the race.
This adventure seeker was thrilled when he was sponsored by Team Chiru Endurace to wear their jersey throughout the race. Don't go away, the most grueling and brutal stage race yet.
It was very demanding. Stage 3 was one of the most demanding days.
And for me, it was stage 3 absolutely also the hardest stage. And this stage I will remember a long time, I think.
How did Leia and Fabian fare? Find out after this. Thanks for sticking with us. Previously, overall LIMBC 2012's women's and men's winner, Leia Davison and Fabian Geiger, told us how they enjoyed racing in Stage 2, even though they didn't have a good start in Prologue. But in Stage 1, both wore their respective leader jerseys for the first time and held on to them till the end.
It was very demanding. Stage 3 was one of the most demanding days.
Stage 3 was the most grueling stage race yet in LIMBC 2012. Stage 3 is a 60-kilometer Langkawi marathon that requires the men to make 3 large loops while the ladies do 2. Riders will have to go through multiple steep climbs, twisting descents and technical sections with few recovery zones. Even the most experienced riders were severely tested at this stage. At this point of the race, many riders had to pull out due to the severity of the stage. Simon Burney, the technical director of UCI, the governing body of mountain bike, explains why so many riders were dropping like flies.
The people that had had a hard time the day before were really tired, and it was just a little bit too much for some of them. Yeah, some stopped and some kind of waited at the 80% to get pulled out by the commissaires, which meant that they could start the next day. So, but again, you know, that stage 3, the climb had been affected by the weather the day before. Despite the work that the organisation were doing, the nature of the ground here and the rain, nothing dries out quickly. There was nothing we could do. There were no other changes we could make on the course that was going to make it easier for the riders. So it was just a massive physical challenge for those guys to get through again on stage 3.
Meanwhile, going into stage 3, Leah had a 6-minute time advantage ahead of her closest rival, Elizabeth Sven.
Yeah, my strategy for stage 3 was just to be a little bit more conservative since I had that time cushion, and just watch Elizabeth, who was in 2nd place and I only had 6 minutes on. The other girls, it was okay because I had a big time advantage, but I just watched Elizabeth. We were together as a group again, and yeah, it worked out.
However, Leah only managed to finish stage 3 in 2nd place, while Eva Lechner took 1st place and Elizabeth 3rd.
You know, I feel pretty good considering the heat today, and you know, that was a really hard day. I just tried to play it conservative and stay on the 2nd place girl because I knew I had a time advantage, so as long as I could stay with them, then I would stay in the leader's jersey.
Nevertheless, Leah was happy with her overall performance in stage 3.
Yeah, I felt like everything played out perfectly to my strategy, and I was very happy with 2nd place. It was a solid performance. I was able to, you know, stay with the group, stay with the people that I wanted to, and I was still very happy to be on the podium and in the leader's jersey.
Even Fabienne had a hard time in stage 3 and, like Leah, ended up in 2nd place, while Christian Heineck took 1st place with Todd Wells in 3rd.
Well, for me, it was stage 3 absolutely also the hardest stage. And this stage I will remember a long time, I think. Also really, we were just from the beginning full gas, full on. And then it was a hard track with walking, hard downhills also. And on the flats here, it was also flat, but you can never recover on the flat because it's so bumpy and cornering and acceleration. And in the end, I had to do my speed. I had to let Christian go, but then luckily I had a gap.
At this point, Fabienne had a time cushion of more than 4 minutes at the end of stage 3.
Yeah, I think maybe you can see it. I'm so tired now. It was one of the toughest races ever, I think. I thought maybe it's gonna be around 3 hours. Now it was almost 4 hours, and it was so fast in the start. And it was just like a cross-country race, but for 4 hours. And I'm very happy to finish. It was really hard, and I didn't lose that much time. I'm 2nd, but I'm happy anyway.
Fabian Geiger is still top dog, 4 minutes and 23.82 seconds ahead of 2nd place Christian Heineck. After a long and grueling day at the races, riders will only seek three things: food, drinks, and a nice relaxing massage. The aches, bumps, and bruises will be soothed and rubbed down, and all the kinks will be ironed out under the expert hands of the therapist. For at least 1 or 2 hours, depending on how battered they were for that day, the riders will feel like they are in heaven on earth and will emerge all shiny and new. That is, until the next race, of course. Still to come, they survived the horrors of stage 3, but did Leia and Fabian recover enough to go for stage 4? Stay with us and find out. You're still watching the 2012 LIMBC. Before going to break, we showed you the most brutal stage yet in the race. However, Leia Davison and Fabian Geiger took it in their stride and lived to fight another day. Plus, both race leaders held on to their pink and yellow jerseys, respectively. The next stage is a personal favorite for both of our riders and for those who survived the horrors of stage 3. Stage 4 is a 4.5-kilometer Olympic distance cross-country race around Langkawi Geopark. The men will have to complete 6 laps going through the heart of Oriental Village, along the elephant paths to the stunning Telaga waterfalls before heading back to where they started, while the women will do 5 laps. And though it sounds easy, of course there will be plenty of technical single tracks, sharp climbs through dense forest, and a downhill section.
I am a cross-country rider and the shorter stages fits me better. As I knew after the longest stage is done and I was still in the lead, I knew actually that I should be better on the shorter tracks, cross-country track than Christian. As I thought maybe he can finish in front of me, but he don't make time like 2-3 minutes on me on a short stage.
Though he's a cross-country specialist, teammate Emil Lindgren was the better rider and won this stage while Fabian had to contend with second place. Karl Mark was a surprising third. This is Mark's first podium finish in LIMBC. Nevertheless, Fabian came away after stage 4 with a 6-minute and 18-second time advantage, way ahead of Christian.
This kind of riding is my riding, so I'm not the marathon guy, I'm a cross-country guy, and I like the technical parts and all that, so I said already yesterday I go all in for this today and try to win it.
While the men had a wet and muddy course to race, the ladies who raced earlier had a dry and sunny day. Going into stage 4 with a 6-minute and 45-second time advantage, Leia raced her heart out, but the Colnago girls were just too strong.
It was just a great course. Stage 4, they did a fantastic job. It was dry out there. There was a lot of riding, so we could ride for a lot of the course. It was fast and fun. So yeah, I loved that stage. The Colnago girls were really strong that day. They took off from the start. I couldn't really follow them, and then I came around at the end and yeah, ended up in third. So I was still very happy with that.
Natalie took first place, while teammate Avert came in second.
Yeah, it was a nice track, and I felt pretty good. We had a gap, Eva and me, after the first long downhill, and managed to just ride a good pace and do some good teamwork. So it was a perfect day for the Colnago girls out in the wood.
Though she had a wide time advantage against her closest rival, Elizabeth, Leia was prudent and cautious right till the end.
You know, I was concerned until I hit that last finish line. So I thought it may come down to that stage. You can still, have a mechanical, you could really not feel good on the day. So every stage I was nervous, definitely, and anxiously watching Elizabeth.
Leia is way ahead with a 9-minute advantage from second place Elizabeth Svem, while Janka, Stev Kova and Natalie Schneider still have a chance to fight for third place. Maybe all the stress from racing was taking its toll on the ladies. So what better way to release those pent-up feelings than having a tug-of-war with the Islanders' children? These petite and tiny kids gave the ladies a run for their money when they began pulling for all their worth. Heaving and tugging with all their might, the ladies had to dig deep before the cheering crowd. Guess who won? We're off for a short break, but when we come back, the final stage of LIMBC 2012. Was the title a done deal for Leia and Fabienne, or was it a fight till the end? Stay with us. Welcome back. The penultimate stage of the 2012 LIMBC saw both race leaders, Leia Davison and Fabienne Geiger, finishing stage 4 in third and second place respectively. Though having a wide time cushion against their closest rivals, both were optimistically cautious right till the end, before calling the title theirs.
Yeah, it's always a little bit dangerous. Also, after the cross-country race, after stage 4, I knew now I have a gap from 5-6 minutes and only a short day ahead, the beach race. Then I felt the first time, okay, maybe I can really win this. But you can be never sure before you really finish. So I still was motivated and I tried. I thought now I did already 5 stages, or the prologue was 4 stages full. So do also the last 30 minutes, the beach race, also full concentrated and try to do my best.
The 5th and final stage of LIMBC 2012 is a stunning beachfront finale at Pantai Kok. Though at a glance this flat surface race would be easy, this course should not be underestimated. The sand at certain parts of the course are loose, and riders will find it hard to negotiate on those areas as the tires won't have much traction and some will slip and slide as they go for an all-out sprint. The men will have to complete 8 laps within 30 minutes, while the ladies 6 laps within the same time frame.
Stage 5, I thought it was pretty much, I pretty much had it sealed up. I was still, cautious and conservative, but yeah, I was very happy heading into stage 5. Last stage, I was relieved for it to be over.
At this point, Leia and Fabienne were way ahead in the overall rankings, but stage 5 was still a thrilling race as other contenders fight for second and third place.
Oh, I wanted to win that one, yeah, so I definitely went all out. It just turned out that Ava was stronger on that day, so yeah, that happens, It's not easy to win.
Leia ended stage 5 in second place, while the Colnago girls had a 1-3 finish.
I'm a little bit disappointed about my third stage, where I had a really bad day. That cost me the leader jersey, but yeah, that can happen. That's racing, and I'm still happy that I could win as well 3 stages and 1 second place, so that's nice.
Though comfortable with his cushion advantage, Fabian nevertheless gave his best, but concurred that flat-out sprint is just not his forte.
I was for sure suffering. It was really hard. All the guys were so strong again, last stage. Everybody was still motivated. It was also a very nice track on the beach there. But even in the end, like you say, the last 2-3 laps there, I thought, yeah, now can nothing happen anymore. I have my jersey, and for that I was here. And if I go second, third at the stage or sixth, that doesn't matter. I really want to enjoy my overall victory.
Fabian ended up 6th place in stage 5, with last year's overall winner Carl Platt in 1st place, while this year's Prologue winner Florian Vogel in 2nd. Last year's runner-up Barry Stander was in 3rd. This Stander's first podium finish in LIMBC this year.
I still can't breathe because that one is so short, that last race, and so fast. Yeah, you have to go really over the limit, and you can't go. I couldn't go any more meter. But yeah, it's a great feeling. I mean, compared to last year, this year was much harder, and yeah, I had to suffer a lot, especially on the marathon. I couldn't handle the heat, and then I got a little bit sick. And yeah, but finally today I could manage a stage win, so I'm really happy. You know, I'm now for 14 years professional rider, and I saw a lot of wins and a lot of losses, so you learn to handle it. It's every year a new chance to win a race, and this year I came 3rd, so it still shows that I'm still on top, and we had like really good riders this year here, so I'm not disappointed to finish on podium.
Anti-Cock was the perfect finale for LIMBC 2012.
Yeah, I think it's great for spectators because we're going around on a short circuit a lot of times, and it's a beautiful setting. So you guys definitely know how to save the best for last.
Charting both their progress throughout the 6 days, Leah was the most consistent rider overall in either the women's or men's category. For every stage, she has consistently had a podium finish. So it was no surprise to anyone when she was crowned the winner. As for Fabian, he had a slow start to the race, clocking in just the 8th best time in the prologue. But he rallied around and began to push hard from stage 1 and managed to hold on to the leader's jersey from then on. Definitely worthy of being called the champion. Not forgetting the other categories, Nicholas Craig was the man in the men's masters when he emerged overall winner. While Hartmut Hoffmann proved age was no barrier when he was crowned winner in the senior men's masters.
I would love to come again. That would be perfect.
If there is a time and the chance and possibility to come back, for sure, I love it. I feel here like quite comfortable. People are nice. The beach is nice. It's just a really nice place, and it was so nice and good to come back this year. So if I can do it next year, I will be back for sure.
It was, I'd definitely like to be coming back. It's a super good race. People are great, organization's great, no complaints.
And I think I will be back next year, hey? For sure.
I love Langkawi. It's very nice here also to make some holiday and to relax. So for sure I'll come again.
Absolutely, yeah, see you next year, definitely.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. it was just a great experience. The people are so welcoming here. I've just really appreciated the support by everyone. So it's been a really great experience, and I would definitely come back.
Definitely living up to its name as one of the toughest stage races, the 2012 LIMBC is truly the world's hottest mountain bike race in the calendar.
You know, for sure this year's event's going to be talked about, you know, because it was such a great experience, for good reasons and bad reasons for the riders. You know, they've had, you know, I think a lot of them will say they've had the hardest days ever on a mountain bike. I think that's, you know, that's going to come out, and when news of that gets back, I think people will, you know, kind of think, wow, I've got to go to Langkawi because it's, you know, it's the toughest, it's the hottest, it's the, you know, it's like a big challenge. So I think we'll see some more riders come next year.
I think is even more of a test than any other stage race out there. It's, if you finish this race, you are the toughest warrior out there on a bike.
And on that note, the 2012 LIMBC has officially come to a close. From the prologue on a glorious hot day, the stage 1 with its epic race, the stage 2's exhilarating pace, the stage 3's utterly demanding course, to the stunning surroundings in stage 4, to the most thrilling and furiously fast-paced stage 5. This is truly one of the toughest stage races ever in the mountain bike calendar. New and true heroes of mountain biking were newly crowned in Langkawi, showing the sky is the limit, that they can go above and beyond their capabilities, and not even dehydration or injuries were an excuse to quit at any point. And of course, the determination and spirit of a true warrior to complete such a course as LIMBC has left such a deep impact on not only the riders, but everyone else, so that you can say with pride, I was at LIMBC 2012.